What's up, guys? We're back. It's Saturday, July 15th. We hit 100 degrees today, and looking at the temperatures for the next 10 days, we're going to be at 100 plus for the next 10 days straight. So if you guys haven't started like protecting your trees, this is the time to do it. Follow along. We're going to start doing some of the things that we need to do to kind of keep our trees healthy. All right, so about 2 weeks ago, I painted like the branches of some of my trees that were exposed, kind of like this. You can see it's exposed from the top here. And if you haven't seen my video from like a long time ago where I actually talked about protecting your trees, I'll put a link down below. I need you guys to take a look at it. And for a lot of the new folks who I've been talking to lately who just bought some new trees and they're starting out on your like journey to grow avocados, kind of like me, this is the time to protect your trees and make sure that they make it through this. I would call this kind of like a heat wave. It's a sustained high temperatures of 100 plus for a good period of time. And you know what? I remember years past when it got up to 105, even 110 and higher than that. So right now being at 100, it seems to be making its presence known, but our trees are doing okay. Let me show you around real quick just to kind of show you what's going on. So this is my Jan Boyce, and as you know, I had a tree that was right here, is an ash. I had another tree that was right here on my left side, another ash, and both of these provided shade for this Jan Boyce. And this Jan Boyce was kind of reaching up to the sky. You can see it kind of just reaching up to the sky because it was getting a lot of shade. And the shade has been helpful because it's been keeping this tree, especially the leaves down here, used to be completely green, but look at it now with the trees being gone and the heat. This is kind of what the leaves are starting to look like. So I've been coming out here just spraying the trees down in the middle of the day, and it's okay to kind of spray the trees down. They actually love it. So set your garden hose and your spray nozzle to kind of like a misting. Set it to either shower or misting, and just spray the tree down, and your tree actually loves it. So right now it's still in the 80s. We're almost at 8 o'clock at night and it's still warm, but it's finally cooling down a little bit. So there's the 5-foot mark, and this is kind of where my Jan Boyce is at. So we didn't get a lot of fruit this year, and that's okay. I think there's probably 4 or 5. And knowing that I cut the trees behind me down, it's going to help eventually produce more fruit in the future, I hope. So we'll see. Also, my Edinger, which is right here, it used to get a lot of shade, but now with less shade, it's definitely taking a beating. You can see the leaves are starting to turn a little yellow. It's okay. And I painted the branches also. So this was the cheapest paint that I could find at the Home Depot. And a hack for you guys: instead of buying brand new paint, look for the clearance section where somebody bought the paint and didn't like it. And I bought like a little quart that was $26. I was like, wow, that's crazy. But it was on clearance for $2. So you might want to go check out the clearance section at the Home Depot. And if you could find a lighter shade of indoor paint that's like latex, mix it 50-50 with water and just paint the branches and you're good to go. So I did that, and that seems to have helped. So we'll continue to monitor and see how it goes. And other things that are happening right now, we're getting a lot of, like, this is my Kona, and we're getting a lot of new growth coming up. Unfortunately, the new growth is coming up as the heat's coming on, so you can see the leaves are getting burnt up here. You can see that also. I've been coming out here spraying it down like once a day, and I probably this whole week, with it being 100 plus sustained for the next 10 days, I probably need to, if I can, maybe twice a day come out here and just spray them down to cool them down. So if you're not doing that, I encourage you to go ahead and just spray them down and also paint. And if you want to do the surround, I'm not doing surround this year. I decided to kind of just go without it just to see, but I might regret it, so we'll see how that goes. But I got a whole bag full that I probably should apply, especially right now. But trying to keep it to be as minimalistic as possible so I don't have to like really come out here every day. So that's the goal. But the Kona's doing okay. It's got new growth. It's kind of reaching up also. Now that the trees are gone in that section, we're getting more sunlight now, and hopefully get this guy to really kind of take off. Now, I don't have any fruit from my Kona. I do have fruit from my Edinger. The fruit that I have are kind of holding on. See if I can get it to focus here. But they're definitely holding on. There is a lot of fruit drop, and you know, that's to be expected, especially when it's hot. And if the fruit is not really set like that, it just drops it, and that's okay. So whatever sets and kind of sticks, especially through this heat, if you come out here and spray them down, more fruit should hang on for sure. So I sprayed my Hass down also, and you know, a lot of the fruit that are on are starting to kind of stay on, hopefully. And it's dropped a lot of fruit also, but this year it didn't produce a lot compared to like last year. And got nothing from the Zutano, of course, but here's my other Hass, and this one, it's got more fruit, holding the fruit really well. Of course, it's dropping all the little guys that it's not gonna make it, and that's okay. So we're at least gonna get some fruit this year, and that's exciting because we definitely have a goal to have year-round fruit, but we're gonna have to give it another couple years here to finally get to that. I'm stepping back so you can actually see what the tree looks like right now. I'm doing this more for a video, kind of like journal for me to kind of see how this one looks like. So I'll come back in another year when I do another video kind of like this and see how big it gets. I'm not planning on letting this guy get bigger than this. As soon as it gets a lot bigger, I'll probably keep it to about this height. And then same thing, this is another Hass. It's got some fruit in there also. So a lot of trees hold fruit better. This is my lamb, and as you know, I painted the branch. It's kind of like a teal blue. This is brighter in the video than it actually is in real life, so I didn't do a neon colored one or anything like that. But this one, I had a sprinkler break and the tree really suffered, so it dropped a lot of the fruit. And you know, that's kind of what happens if you don't come out here and check your trees. And it happens all the time to me, especially because I have an older system, and sometimes the pipes break because they're old. But the lamb dropped a lot of fruit. I still have a lot of fruit on there, so I'm okay with it. But this is my Gwen, and Gwen, on the other hand, really holds its fruit well. I mean, check this out. It just like has a lot of fruit and it's just holding on to it. So I really like the taste of the Gwen, and I think the tree being a little smaller, this is like one of the trees that might be really good for people with a smaller backyard, or even for me. I mean, that's why I have 2 trees now actually. So this is kind of what it looks like right now. But the Gwen, it's kind of like leaning over. I probably need to tie this up here. So, and here's my other Gwen, and I painted it with the surround just to help protect it, and I also painted the branches. And it's got some fruit on there, which is okay. So excited about this variety, and if you guys are looking for a Gwen, I definitely recommend getting a Gwen for sure. As a matter of fact, I was at Costco today, and they had a lot of avocados for sale, and I'll show you some footage of it right now. So the Costco, I mean, it's $20. It's a little small, and they got a bunch, and they're all Hass. So if you're looking for avocados, I'll put the address down below so you can actually go to. I was just there today, so they should have a bunch tomorrow also. If you check your own local Costco, and there's probably a good chance that they got a delivery of avocados also. But these are from the previous, I guess these were like Laverne trees. I can tell because the soil is it's mostly like sawdust and things like that, like wood products. So if you guys are in Southern California and the temperatures are going up, which I'm noticing right now, make sure you protect your young trees. Got to stay hydrated. Make sure your avocados are hydrated. Right now it's kind of like the golden hour. As you can see, it's like beautiful skies right now. It's beautiful, except for a little warm, but it's all good. Anyways, stay cool, protect your trees, and we will talk later.